I'm making this for the people who feel bad about not getting noticed and feel like they're not important because they haven't gotten noticed, stuff like that. This video is for you guys. And yeah, I just want you to know that like me and every other YouTuber that you look up to cares about you and every other viewer equally, regardless of whether we've noticed you or not. How's it going, friends? It's RobertIDK here, and today I wanted to do somewhat of a serious vlog. I wanted to talk about something that's kind of an important issue in the community and in many like YouTube communities. Today we're gonna talk about noticing. Notice me senpai. You know, YouTubers noticing their viewers. It seems like it's kind of a silly issue to talk about, but for a lot of people it's actually a kind of important thing to them, and as a result, like, I sort of feel like I need to clarify some things and just talk about my opinions. And I mean, you can probably tell from the title that this may not be a popular opinion. And I'm sure there are gonna be some people who aren't happy with this video. There are gonna be some people who, no matter what I have to say, they're gonna disagree with me, and that's fine. That's totally fine. You can have whatever opinion you want, but I'm gonna let you know as a YouTuber and as a YouTube fan myself what I think of this. So what is noticing? If you're talking about the original definition, what the term actually means, you know, like, oh, a bird flies by your window. Oh, I noticed that a bird just flew by, huh? Interesting. It's cool that I noticed that bird fly by because it flew by so. It seems as though from the term notice me senpai, it's from an anime, I'm not sure what. I know that that's where it originated. It started like a year or two ago. Maybe a couple, like 2 or 3 years ago. People started saying notice me senpai as a result of that, and it sort of became a trend. And people sort of took it into a whole different meaning. And now in 2016, the word notice does not mean to a lot of people what it actually means. I'm gonna go on Urban Dictionary for this one. Urban Dictionary, notice. Notice, something which grabs someone's attention. I guess that's the original meaning. It's a Japan thing. Apparently it's from some anime. Senpai means someone you're supposed to look up to. All in all, notice me senpai means you want someone older than you to God. Anyways, that didn't help much. Regardless, when people talk about getting noticed, they're usually talking about someone acknowledging them in like a public way. So if I'm saying I got noticed by Jacksepticeye, it means that Jack, you know, replied to my tweet or something like that. So the term itself doesn't mean what it initially mean, but I mean, that doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. So for a lot of people, getting noticed, having, you know, one of their favorite YouTubers, or, you know, I guess it's largely a YouTube thing. I guess also maybe a music thing, but I think the biggest thing is YouTubers. And the reason for that is because I think with YouTubers, there's sort of like a personal connection established. Like we sort of like have our personalities there, and it's like, you watch us for us, and it feels like there's that connection between the YouTuber and the audience. And it's true, because like I'm a normal person, I get zero special treatment. I'm just sitting here in my room like a lot of you guys are, and I'm just making the videos, and we're the same thing. So there's that connection. So anyways, it's a common thing among YouTubers to notice their viewers, and to, you know, I personally like so many tweets from people. If you go to my Twitter, it'll say I've liked like 65,000 tweets, I think. And I started using Twitter about, like regularly, I started using Twitter about a year ago now, so 12 months. So if you divide 65 by 12, let's do this calculation here. Okay, 65,000 divided by 12 divided by 30, okay. So that equates to about 180 likes per day. So every single day of the last year, I've liked about 180 tweets. And that doesn't just happen. I actually do clearly put a bit of effort into like going and seeing everything that you guys have to say. And that's something that I've sort of prided myself on for a while. But as time has gone on and my channel has grown and my presence online has grown and more people have started talking to me and replying to me and talking about me and stuff like that, it's become harder and harder to keep up with absolutely everything. And for the longest time, I tried my best to actually acknowledge everything and like pretty much every tweet, because like the reason I like tweets is to acknowledge that I have seen it. And a lot of people, that makes them really happy to know that I have seen their tweet and their reply to me or whatever. I think I'm already going into way too much detail, but my point is that I put in a ton of effort to acknowledge like as many of you guys as I possibly can. But what that leads into is the fact that now that I am a YouTuber and I'm not even nearly the size of a lot of the people that I look up to, I realize how impossible it is to get to everyone and acknowledge everyone. And from being a part of these communities myself, like I've kept up with a lot of like Markiplier and Jacksepticeye fan pages. I'm like friends with a few of them, and I've sort of been in that community for a while. So I see everything that happens, and I see the type of people who are big fans of these people, and I see the influence they have, and I see what being noticed means to them. And for a lot of people, they think that being noticed is like the most important thing in the world. Like they officially know I exist and that they are telling me that I matter. That's what a lot of people say. Like when people notice me, it makes me feel like I matter. And it's like, that is just the worst thing to think. And I'm not saying that it means you don't matter. My point is that to these people, you do matter no matter what. And a lot of these people, well, they don't have time to respond to everyone. I'm at a point where I don't have time to respond to everyone. I can only imagine what these people like Markiplier and Jacksepticeye, the level that they're on, what it's like for them. You can't even begin to expect them to be there for every single person individually. And you know, if they could, they would. Obviously, they're great people. So why in the world would you ever think that they don't care about you just because they don't acknowledge you like that? You know, like a YouTuber, their job is to make videos. That's the most important thing. I mean, I think that's kind of obvious. It kind of goes without saying. But if you're a YouTuber, the most important thing for you to do is to make videos. Because if you don't make videos, you don't have a job. You're not a YouTuber if you aren't making YouTube videos. So that comes first no matter what. And some people, you know, I think they forget that. And there will be times when I'll go to my notifications, my mentions, you know, people who have mentioned me in a tweet, and people will say like, Robert will never notice me because I'm not important or whatever. And I think these people, you know, you have to take that with a grain of salt because these people are probably quite young and they don't have a concept of what they're saying. But you need to realize things like that are really hurtful to those people that you look up to. You know, guilt tripping them and making them feel like crap, essentially, you know? Putting all this stuff on your favorite YouTubers, like, I know for a lot of the older viewers that this should be obvious, that they know this, it makes sense, like, of course. But I think a lot of younger viewers, a lot of more impressionable viewers who don't have a concept of it, they don't realize that it is absolutely out of the question to expect a YouTuber with, you know, a large group of fans to give you that individual attention and having a conversation with you through like a difficult time. And if they could do that to everyone, you know they would, because they're good people. But it's not possible, and they just can't do that. They need to make videos, and they need to be there to make as many people happy as they possibly can, because that is the main goal. You know, I could go have a conversation with one of my viewers for like a few hours, and I'm sure it would make their day, you know, not to sound like obnoxious or anything, but to a lot of people, like, it would make their day and it would make them so happy. But that is neglecting all of the other people who I could be making just a little bit more happy by, you know, making a video or, you know, just providing something for everyone. Making videos is my attempt at making people happy. And also, when I like all of those tweets, it seems like a small thing for me to do because I'm essentially just reading and then clicking. I do that, but like, you shouldn't act as if those people don't care about you because they don't reply to your message or your tweet or whatever. If they could, they would. But if they start thinking like, oh yeah, like I can make that effort, all of a sudden they're not making videos anymore because they're spending all of their time trying to reply to everyone, and even then they won't be able to. It's not possible. So people need to not think that YouTubers do not care about them because they don't notice them. It's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. And it's hurtful for those YouTubers to see things like that. Like for me, like there will be comments that people are saying like, hey Robert, I love your videos, keep it up. Like things like things that make me happy, right? And then I'll stumble across a thing where it's like, one of my viewers will just say like, Robert won't notice me because he doesn't care about me. And that just bums me out, dude. Like, why would you say that? You don't understand how hurtful things like that are. And you should not say things like that to people. It's not cool, man. So it's frustrating when I see things like that. And I know that it's only a small percentage of people, but like, I think there are a percentage of those people who are watching this video right now, and they need to sort of understand that. And I know I should probably talk about this. A lot of people are probably thinking like, Robert, well, do you want to get noticed? Does that matter to you? And, you know, for a lot of people, it would seem like, yeah, of course, I'll spend 50 hours on a video about Jacksepticeye, you know, talking about how much I love the guy, how much I love his videos. You know, you would think like, I really want to like have a conversation with him. I want him to, you know, being a viewer, being online for a long time, and sort of being in this position, it doesn't matter to me. If he sees my videos, that's really cool, but I get more enjoyment out of me personally enjoying Jacksepticeye than, you know, having Jacksepticeye himself reach out to me. Like, I don't have that sort of expectation. And you know, like I said, I'll put like 30 hours into Septic Talk. My Septiplier Away took like 40 hours. And part of that is like, I do YouTube as my thing. That's what I do. It's what I love to do. So I wouldn't do that if I didn't love it. I didn't make those videos to get their attention. I did it to sort of celebrate those people and to make music, because I love making music. I love making videos. So I took something that I love, like, you know, YouTubers and stuff like that, and I applied it to my passion of music and videos and stuff. So it doesn't mean that I want to get their attention like that. Like, it's not about that to me, because they make their videos. That is what they do. They make videos, and those videos make me happy. I don't expect the person behind the camera to come out and reach out to me like that and like take time out of their day when they have millions of people to please. I don't expect that, and neither should you, unfortunately. So people know me as like one of the biggest fanboys on YouTube, but I don't need that sort of affirmation from the people directly. It's not like that for me. Like, I'm about enjoying the YouTubers for their YouTube videos. And I don't need those people to notice me, for me to feel good about myself, and for me to feel, you know, happy with what I do. And neither should you. And I've said this a few times already in this video, but like, you don't need the person to notice you, to give you that individual attention for you to know that they care about you. You guys, the people who view videos, you are the entire career and entire life of these people. The, you know, Jacksepticeye, I know Jacksepticeye especially, he loves you guys. You know that. Like, he loves all of his viewers so much. And, you know, from going to PAX and seeing how he interacts with his fans and stuff, it blows my mind. And that guy, I have so much love for that guy. But in general, these YouTubers with all these viewers, you guys who view the videos are the most important thing, and you're the most important thing to me. Especially when I went to PAX and I saw some of you guys face to face and realized the impact that I have on some of you guys, it blows me away. And that is, you guys are the most important thing to me. So it doesn't make sense for anyone to think that I don't care about them just because I don't give them individual attention and have a conversation with them. Because I'm trying to please absolutely everyone. And if I can take a little bit of time out and answer someone's question, I'll do that. I do reply to a lot of tweets, and I do reply to a lot of comments and stuff like that. But my point is that being noticed, in the grand scheme of things, it's not that important, and you shouldn't think that it dictates how important you are or how important you are to that person or anything like that. Because if myself and if all of these other YouTubers could get to every single one of you, we would. Absolutely. No question. But it's not possible. And that's the whole point. So people who brag about getting noticed to other people, that's what I was tweeting about yesterday. I was tweeting about, I saw someone sort of bragging about me noticing them to another person, and that really upset me because it's not a competition. If I could notice every single person, I would in a heartbeat. And it doesn't mean that you are more important to me than every other person. that supports me and is a good person. That might upset a few people who like I've noticed many times, but I care about every single viewer individually. If you support me and you are a nice, kind-hearted human being, that is all I can ask for, and I love you all the same as everyone else who supports me and is a kind-hearted human being. I know this is getting kind of ranty, but I'm just saying, don't use it as a status symbol, getting noticed by your favorite YouTubers, and don't expect them to do that or think that you are lesser for them not doing that. If it can make you feel good, that is awesome. If people can give you that little bit of attention and reply to a comment, like your tweet, anything like that, if that makes you happy, that is awesome. And I am happy to do that. That's why I like so many tweets, because I like that it makes people happy. But it shouldn't be an expectation. It shouldn't be anything that you hold above another person. And it shouldn't be something that you feel bad about if it doesn't happen, because it does not have any impact on how much that YouTuber cares about you. And there are some YouTubers who don't make any extra effort to go and, acknowledge or notice their viewers individually. And there's two sides to that. For one thing, I think it's lame if you don't make any of that extra effort, because, it's not too much to ask for to like just acknowledge a few people or just reply to some questions that people have, and, just to sort of be a part of your own community, right? I don't think it's asking for much, and I think that every YouTuber, especially larger ones, should be able to do that. But on the other side of the scale, remember that YouTubers, at the end of the day, they don't have an obligation to do that. The only thing that a YouTuber has to do is make videos to do their job. And there are lots of YouTubers who are like that, who don't acknowledge any of their viewers, which, like I said, that sucks, and I don't support that, but they don't have to. There's nothing making them do that. A lot of these people, they're not making more money by replying to people, because, a lot of these YouTubers are the ones who are doing it solely for a job, and that's all they care about. So yeah, like I said, I think it's lame if you don't acknowledge your viewers and you don't take a little bit of extra effort and time out of your day to make people feel like you're a part of your own community and that they aren't just talking to a brick wall when they're, commenting on your videos and stuff. But at the same time, in a realistic perspective, every time a person notices one of their viewers, they're going out of their way, and they don't have to do that. There's nothing forcing them to do that, and it's not a part of their job. Well, in a sense, it's part of their job, but they don't need to. Like, I don't support anyone who isn't there for their viewers at all. I'm just saying, like, when a YouTuber does anything like that, like, acknowledging or noticing anyone, that is something that they don't need to do. They're going out of their way to do that. So feel good about the fact that they even do that to begin with. Because yeah, a lot of YouTubers will just ignore their fan base and just allow themselves to just make videos and just churn out the money and just do whatever. I don't know, man, but I think the fact that I'm making this video, it should be clear that I do care about you guys and I care about how you feel, because the whole point of making this video is so that maybe a few less people feel bad when they don't get noticed by their favorite YouTuber or whatever. Yeah, I'm making this for the people who feel bad about not getting noticed and feel like they're not important because they haven't gotten noticed, stuff like that. This video is for you guys, and yeah, I just want you to know that, like, me and every other YouTuber that you look up to cares about you and every other viewer equally, regardless of whether we've noticed you or not. It doesn't make a difference to how we see you. And that's a hard pill for some people to swallow. Like, some people still might not get that, but it's a sad reality that it's something you kind of have to accept. Like, that's just the way it is. YouTube is on such a massive scale now that people like Jacksepticeye, I keep using him as an example, despite the fact that he makes an insane effort to, like, be there for his viewers, it's not possible for him to be there for over 10 million people. It's impossible. Statistically speaking, that is an impossibility. He can't do that. So, he loves all of his viewers the same. People shouldn't feel bad that he doesn't give them individual attention like that. A person shouldn't feel bad when someone else has, their tweet replied to by him and they don't. Because it doesn't make a difference as far as how he sees them. And I'm starting to repeat myself here, so I should probably start closing this off. But yes, Noticing is not important. It's a good thing for people to do, but do not feel bad if you don't get noticed. You can feel good if you do get noticed. It's fine to be excited about that stuff. And I was saying that to a lot of people yesterday who were like, is it bad to like even post about being noticed? No, it's fine. You can celebrate. You can be excited because it is a cool thing. If The Weeknd went and like replied to my tweet and was like, "Hey man, you have a cool voice," I would be crapping my pants. Make no mistake. But I don't need that. I like him for the stuff he makes, and he has to have enough time to make that stuff. If YouTubers spend all their time replying to people and giving in that individual time for people, they wouldn't be able to make what makes them them. If I spent all my time replying to tweets, I wouldn't have time to make RobertIDK videos, and then you wouldn't care about getting a tweet back from me. You know, most of my viewers, they care about me because I make videos. If I just replied to people and I didn't make videos, they wouldn't care. So you sort of get how this is going. The most important thing as a YouTuber is making YouTube videos, and people need to have time to do that. And as a result, they can't be there for every single person individually. So I know I've repeated myself so many times. I know this is probably so long. I'm gonna have to edit the crap out of this to make this, even watchable. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope for some people this did sort of open their eyes a little bit. There aren't a lot of serious topics that I feel like I'm qualified to talk about, but I think this is something that I am qualified to talk about because I see it all the time. So, closing stuff, if you support someone, they care about you. It's as simple as that. If you watch my videos and you are a good human being, I already like you. I try to make every individual person feel as special as possible. It's impossible to be there for every single person, and just understand that. And I will continue to make videos that will make as many people happy as possible. That is my goal. That's what I want to do. So thank you to all you guys who understand that and are cool with that. Anyways, guys, that's all I have to say. It's cool to be noticed, but don't worry if you don't get noticed. It's not that important. Anyways, guys, you are the best. And if I didn't make it clear that I love you guys all, then I do. So thank you guys so much for watching, and have a good one.